Pop in this tape, and I guarantee you'll never get lost.
Good evening, all of you lovely people out there in listening land. You are tuned into Radio Hatteras. My name is Josh Nonnenmocher, and this is the Mahi mixtape. For those of you new to our show, the Mahi mixtape is dedicated to bringing you an eclectic array of tunes from slightly off the beaten path. Of course, true to its namesake, each mixtape will feature an assortment of different songs. Many of these songs are my favorites from my own personal good old days, coming of age in my late teens through my 20s. Of course, we're also going to sprinkle in a few classic sounds and some more popular sounds as well, just to keep things spicy. Tonight's mixtape is called Let's Go to the Zoo, and will feature only bands and artists with animals in their names. So buckle up and come along as we pop the mixtape in the deck and hit play. This first song is from some of my hometown heroes. The band Dr. Dog has been a huge name on the Philadelphia music scene for many years now. They are often featured on Philly's 88.5 WXPN, member-supported radio from the University of Pennsylvania, and are frequent guests at their shows and festivals. Their sound is often reminiscent of late 60s pop rock and garage rock, but they often venture off into very interesting places, including progressive rock and even sometimes electronica and hip-hop. This song is probably my favorite that the band has ever come out with. It describes the wacky, zany craziness of nightlife in West Philly and the many characters one encounters when exploring this strange and different world. From their 2010 album, Shame Shame, here is Dr. Dog with Shadow People on the Mahi mixtape.
The rain is falling, it's after dark. The streets are swimming with the sharks. It's the right night for the wrong company, and there ain't nothing round here to look at. Move along, move along. The neon lights on Baltimore, every shadow's getting famous. In some backyard, in some plastic chair, hoping these cigarettes will save us. Here we go again. Here we go again. You got rings in your ears, and you got kicked around and made up. Looking high, looking low. Where did all the shadow people go? Where did all the shadow people go? I wanna know where the shadow people go. I stole a bike from the second mile. I saw a band play in the basement. I crossed the path of a friend of mine, and I know what that look upon her face meant. Something's gone from her eye. Something's gone wrong. You could be a woman, or you could be a man. Wear the glove on the other hand. Or you could be twisted, or you could be insane, pushing the envelope against the grain, or just playing along, or just playing along. And I got something on my mind, and I got voices on the other sleep. When I lived alone, is there a ghost in my house? When I lived alone, is there a ghost in my house? My house. I was raised up believing I was somehow unique, like a snowflake, distinct among snowflakes, unique in each way you can see. And now after some thinking, I'd say I'd rather be a functioning cog in some great machinery, serving something beyond me. But I don't know what that will be. I'll get back to you someday soon. You will see. What's my name? What's my station? Oh, just tell me what I should do. I don't need to be kind to the armies of night that would do such injustice to you, or bow down and be grateful and say, sure, take all that you see. To the men who move only in dimly lit halls and determine my future for me. And I don't know who to believe. I'll get back to you someday soon. You will see. If I know only one thing, it's that everything that I see of the world outside is so inconceivable. Often I barely can speak. Yeah, I'm tongue-tied and dizzy, and I can't keep it to myself. What good is it to sing helplessness blues? Why should I wait for anyone else? And I know you will keep me on the shelf. I'll come back to you someday wait tables and soon run the store. Gold hair in the sunlight, my light in the dawn. If I had an orchard, I'd work till I'm sore.
Alright, getting things started in a big way. You are listening to the Mahi mixtape on Radio Hatteras. My name is Josh Nonnenmocher, and again, this is the Let's Go to the Zoo edition of the mixtape, where we will only be playing bands and artists with animals in their names. That last song was Elephants by Them Crooked Vultures. Double whammy there, song name and band name. Them Crooked Vultures are a rock supergroup comprised of Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age, Dave Grohl from Nirvana and Foo Fighters, and John Paul Jones, of course, of Led Zeppelin fame. They are currently on hiatus, but that song was off their self-titled debut album from 2009. Before that, we heard Helplessness Blues off their second album of the same name by Fleet Foxes. They are an indie folk band out of Seattle, Washington that had a string of awesome releases in the late 2000s and early 2010s, and they are now back after a short hiatus making new music. Their original drummer, Josh Tillman, however, left the band and now tours under the moniker Father John Misty. Just before that, we heard Is There a Ghost, a song with only 13 different words in the lyrics by Band of Horses, off their album Cease to Begin. That band is also out of Seattle, Washington. Up next, we have the musical stylings of Avigdor Benjamin Zahner Eisenberg, who goes by the moniker Avi Buffalo. Avi is an amazingly talented guitarist and songwriter who performs, tours, and records with a rotating cast of musicians. He was signed to Sub Pop Records at age 18 and soon released his self-titled debut album. This song is off that album, and the incredibly enchanting music video was even featured on an episode of the newest incarnation of Beavis and Butthead, during which, of course, they poked fun at it in trademark fashion. Anyway, without further ado, off the album Avi Buffalo, here is Avi Buffalo with What's in It For on the Mahi mixtape.
I walked in on a plan to dissolve all of your wishes, but I couldn't help your mouth, which I missed by 2 inches. Maybe I thought that you and I could run away alongside, but I didn't understand. I was a cold tear in your eyes.
Nothing so loud as hearing when we lie. Truth is not kind. When you said neither am I. And the air outside so soft, saying brave, I know. And the air outside so soft, confessing everything, everything. All I want is to feel this way, to be this close, feel the same. All I want is to feel this way. Her lips. She's a rock and roll survivor with pendulum hips. She's got deep brown eyes that have seen it all. Working at a nightclub that was called the Avenue. The barman used to call her Little Lisa Looney Tune. She went almost anyone. From the hard time living till the Chelsea days, from when her hair was sweet blonde till the day it turned gray. She said Lifegoeson. You got more than money and sense, my friend. You got heart and you go in your own way. Lifegoeson. What you don't have now will come back again. You got heart and you go in your own way. Like a map on their face. And Joey was an artist just living out a case, but his best work was his letters home. Extended works of fiction about imaginary success, when chorus girls and neon were his closest thing to friends. But to a writer, the truth is no big deal. And from the hard time living to the sleepless nights, and the black and blue body from the weekend fights, you'd say Lifegoeson. Got more than money and sense, my friend. You got heart and you go in your own way. Lifegoeson. L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N. Got more than money and sense, my friend. You got heart, and you're going your own way. L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N. What you don't have now will come back again. You got heart, and you're going your own way. L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N. Got more than money and sense, my friend. You got heart, and you're going your own way. L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N. What you don't have now will come back again. You got heart, and you're going your own way.
Hi, I'm Pete. Hi, I'm Pete. Put on some unmatched socks. Wipe the crud out of your eyeballs. Thanks a lot for listening. Remember, every time you pop in this tape, always pay me money. And I guarantee you'll never get lost. Thanks a lot for listening. Thanks a lot for listening. Thanks a lot for listening. Pop in this tape. Pop in this tape. Pop in this tape. Pop, 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 pop in this tape.
Love that song. I have always loved that song. Thank you for tuning into Radio Hatteras. This is the Mahi mixtape with Josh Nonnenmocher. And this is our Let's Go to the Zoo edition of the mixtape, where we are only featuring bands and artists that have animals in their name. That was the Unicorns from Montreal, Quebec with I Was Born a Unicorn. Before that, we heard L-I-F-E-G-O-E-S-O-N by Noah and the Whale. They were a British indie folk band out of Twickenham who enjoyed some success between 2006 and 2015. Finally, before that, we heard the 90s alternative classic, All I Want by Toad the Wet Sprocket. After calling it quits for 10 years in 1998, they have since gotten back together and have been touring and recording new music since 2009. Up next, we have a little bit of Modest Mouse. Band leader Isaac Brock has led his group of merry men almost into the mainstream with his steady output of original material over the years. They have been writing, recording, and touring together since 1992, having even attracted Johnny Marr of Smith's fame, who played with them briefly on a few recordings and albums. They have a sound all their own, and me being a fan of the early stuff, I believe I'm going to play the song Dramamine off their 1996 album, This is a long drive for someone with nothing to think about. And so without further ado, here is Modest Mouse on the Mahi mixtape.
can I say I've known them for a long, long time? And yeah, they might overstep the line, but I just cannot get angry in the same way. Oh, not in the same way. Well, not in the same way. Oh no, oh no, no.
Make me
Pop in this tape. Pop in this tape. Pop in this tape. Pop, 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 pop in this tape. Pop, 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 pop in this tape. And I guarantee you'll never get lost.
Take the fire out from the wire. I'd share life and you'd share life. If I could take the fire out from the wire, I'd take you and nobody knows you and nobody